Across the globe, there are places which aspire to provide the most exclusive of holiday experiences. Luxurious.
What I am doing is the best you can get in the moment.
Adventurous.
Oh my God, lions! Oh my goodness!
And sometimes quirky.
He is one of the most famous guests, and he has a fan club. He has an Instagram of over 10,000 followers.
But what challenges do these hotels face, and how do they strive to be a top destination?
Anybody could have bricks and mortar in the right location, but in order to stay relevant, I do think it's important to innovate.
With exclusive access, we go behind the scenes.
All right, now let me take you to one of our specialty suites.
Following the staff who work around the clock.
Guys, we need to be fast, yeah? The guest is waiting.
To deliver to their guests whatever it takes to impress.
When you go from one room to the other, you go into another piece of art.
Notice the view is like no other in the world.
All our guests love fantasy and happiness.
We take care of every guest and make them feel like kings.
From Asia to Arizona, Kenya to the Caribbean, Dubai to India. Step behind the scenes of some of the world's most incredible hotels. In the frozen landscape of Northern Europe, 2 hotels have used their extreme locations and temperatures to offer experiences you can only get in a few places around the world. In Sweden, a hotel built from scratch each year, made only of snow and ice. The 29th version is about to open its icy doors, enticing visitors from across the globe.
It's a part of the magic of the ice hotel. People are coming for the experience of the ice and the art.
By combining unique engineering and artistic creativity, this hotel is more than just a place to lay your head.
We have the pure material of the river, and the artists are not allowed to bring in any other material than snow and ice.
In Finland, a hotel in the middle of the Arctic forest.
Something which I couldn't get my head around is quietness. Resort is actually famous for sound of silence. Not in many parts of the world you can actually experience.
Where the owner invented an unusual type of accommodation that's turned out to be this hotel's most popular.
To sleep in a glass igloo and view northern lights all night long. That is how the resort became world famous.
The Ice Hotel in Jukkasjärvi in Sweden is one of the most iconic hotels in the world. Made simply of 2 materials that nature provides in abundance here: snow and ice. This hotel, 200 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, has for the last 29 years attracted millions of visitors who come to see how a hotel made of freezing water provides guests with a totally unique experience, unlike anywhere else.
What I hope for when a guest leaves the hotel is that it exceeded their expectation. I believe in contrast, comfort, adventure, and service, and all these things. It should be a little bit, of an adventure.
Although there's a permanent hotel on site, Ice Hotel 365, each year a brand new structure is created to replace the previous year's. Each of the 35 rooms is designed by artists from around the world, and the 29th iteration is due to open to its first guests in just 1 day's time.
From the very beginning, our founder had the idea of creating a concept that is the most sustainable there is. Because of his nature, we built every season a new hotel of ice and snow, and at the end of the season, it goes back to the nature. So that's a relationship with the nature has always been in our DNA, has always been the major aspect of our concept.
Arnie, originally a sculptor from Stockholm and part owner of the Ice Hotel, is one of the people behind the concept and development of both hotels.
When I came along here like 25 years ago, would I imagine, I thought, you know, I was just taken by the environment here and what people were doing here. Jukkasjärvi, the name of the village, means coming together by the river. It's a meeting place. It used to be a meeting place for the Sami people, and now it's an international meeting place for our guests. They come from all over the world, and for our artists and builders and staff. It's like an international meeting place at the river.
Ice Hotel 29 is only open for 4 months of the year, from December to April, and will welcome visitors from all over the globe.
So we are here in the reception. We're going into the main hall. There's still some stuff to do. Everything has to be cleaned out and done so we can welcome our guests. So we have this, still we have the sky behind us. It's an open arch, and on the other side here we have the ceremony hall where they will work until Christmas.
Getting ready for the opening has had its challenges, and not ones that the hotel can control.
As we had a hard time because of the weather. You know, sometimes it happens, winter comes late, and so it was really warm, and it was like no snow, and we need -degrees to produce this nice, and we need -degrees to build the Ice Hotel. And it took a long time, so we were really nervous about this, but at last it came, but you know, the staff, the builders, everyone, and the artists, they've done an amazing job so I'm now sure we can open on time, but it's been really tricky.
Arnie isn't the only one feeling the pressure. Down the hall in the Ocean Room, father and daughter Jonathan and Marnie Green from London in the UK are two artists chosen to create an art suite for 29. Over 150 people applied to create an art suite, and only 15 were chosen. They've been working on their concept for the past 12 days.
We didn't really expect to get the chance to do it, but we came up with a design and we got accepted, so here we are.
Making a hotel room simply of snow and ice, snice, is no easy feat.
I'm going to have to do this with my bare hands.
No, you don't.
I'm going to, just so that I can really
You'll regret it.
Feel that it's gone in. We kind of thought about various ideas for rooms, and we had a look online to see some of the other art suites that have been done, and realised that we needed to come up with something quite spectacular.
So this year we have architects, interior designers, product designers, painters, light designers, fashion designers, what more? Sculptors, of course. So really variety, and every year it is.
John and Marnie won a place based on their creative ocean design.
We're both interested, but Marnie particularly, in the environment, and we decided that something to do with the oceans, obviously all the sort of pollution aspect at the moment is quite big news, so we thought what better to make something out of water that is share a message and create an ocean. So this is one of the fish that we made at home. We sculpted it in clay and took a mould, brought the moulds to Sweden with us. And the plan was to have about 12 on each side, but I think we're going to have a few less now.
And we're going to light them as well.
We have the pure material of the river, and the artists are not allowed to bring in any other material than snow and ice, and see what's possible to create from this from the river, and then being in the cycle of nature. And we know that all this is done for just 4 months, and it is returning back to the river.
There are 15 art suites at the hotel, and guests who come here pay over £500 for the experience of staying in one of the world's most unusual rooms. Anyone can apply to create an art suite, but with only 15 suites to be made, competition is fierce.
To be with a group of amazing artists from all around the world is really fantastic.
Very inspiring.
When you go from one room to the other, you go into another piece of art. And it's for the artists. I mean, they are totally free what they design, but there has to be a bed. That's the only obligatory thing. It can be any kind of expression. Of course, in the daytime, it's like an artwork, it's an exhibition. In the nighttime, it's a hotel room. And that's how it works. That's the Ice Hotel.
They have just 24 hours to finish, and the room is nowhere near ready.
There's not really any prep you can do until you get here. You can kind of figure out what you think you need. The support team have been brilliant in kind of talking us through how much ice we'd need to order for the room and all the logistics, so that was really helpful. But you can't really do anything until you arrive.
155 miles north of the Arctic Circle, guests who choose to stay at the Kakslautinen Arctic Resort in Finnish Lapland come for the tranquility of staying in the middle of the Arctic forest.
Last year we had 85 different nationalities, and when all the way they come to Arctic Circle, UC, our boss, always encourages our guests to walk in the nature. He always used to say, our guests should detox digitally, and then they have to walk around, inhale the fresh air, connect to the nature, and this is what we encourage.
This resort was opened over 45 years ago by owner Jussi Eramo, who started by opening a small coffee shop. Today, the hotel offers 650 beds in a variety of different accommodations, over 600 hectares, split into an east and west village.
Hello, good evening.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
In his 70s, Jussi is still actively involved in the day-to-day running of the hotel.
Soy yo, Dinani. Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
I always tell our team members, Jussi go to bed to wake up in the morning to again come to the resort, come to Kakslautinen, and this is how dedicated he is. And that is what motivates all of us when we see him.
Winter has finally arrived here. A relief as most guests come to experience the extremities that Lapland has at this time of the year. But it's these conditions that make things more challenging for the team at the hotel. Between the 1st of December and the 3rd of January, the region experiences polar nights where it's dark for the majority of the day. It's 7 a.m. and overnight the hotel experienced a heavy fall of snow.
Here Lapland is very pure nature and cold and lots of snow. I like nature and I think it is a very lovely place.
In the dark and in -9-degree temperatures, the hotel's staff are responding to the weather.
Fire is on, and then I look here. This has to be open. If it's not, I open it.
Hannah is part of the maintenance team and is warming up one of the cabins ahead of a guest check-in.
I do this job with my husband, so we are family business.
A few hours later, General Manager Jyoti Naluri is inspecting some of the accommodation ahead of the new guest arrivals. Ahead of Jyoti's inspection, the hotel's room service team are stocking up for a busy morning of cleaning. They're on their way to the East Village, to the glass igloos, around 400 metres away from the main reception. So they'll need to make sure they have everything they need, or it's a lengthy trip back. The hotel's location makes for a unique way of getting around.
Everybody who living here, they have own sleds also here. And also our housekeeping team used also the sleds here. That is normal here in Lapland.
It's Linda Reginska from Latvia's first season working at the hotel.
First we're gonna go to the 8 and then we go to the 7.
Okay.
When we come into the igloos, we check how many people stayed, of course, change bed linen, do the toilets, hoover the floor, mop the floor, check the beds all the time, because if they are not working, we need to tell to maintenance.
These glass igloos may provide guests with an unspoilt view of nature, but it doesn't make it easy for the housekeeping team.
Here's no space to do. Only 2 people can come inside and clean, and we need to do it fast. So yeah, it's like cozy and nice for someone, but our job it makes more difficult to do. The people react to the igloos. They like this. They are shocked when they see this. I've seen the Northern Lights in here a few times. It's like so beautiful. It's green, it's pink, it's red. It's like in all colors. So we are finished with this one. We will go to the next igloo.
While the cleaning team continue with their duties, General Manager Jyoti has arrived in the East Village.
Mr. UC Airamo have invented glass igloos for the first time in the East Village. In the year 1999, he have come up with the idea and he put up prototype glass igloos, and we are looking at them now. We are now in a small glass igloo where it is comfortable for 2 guests. This is why UC have built a luxury Kalo glass igloo, because the space out here is a lot smaller, and Kalo glass igloo have a combination of log chalet and glass igloo together. But I personally really like this because look at the view, it's beautiful. And the main concept behind is for our guests to sleep and view Northern Lights all night long. Bed actually can move up, and you can also put your feet up if you choose to. They are designed to be as comfortable as possible. While Northern Lights are up, our guests can actually comfortably view them.
The igloos are also fitted with something rather unusual.
Here we have our Northern Lights alarm. We have installed it actually this year. Northern Lights alarm concept is to wake up our guests when the Northern Lights are up there. And it is centralized system. All 213 units are hooked up to it. And our reception team, when Northern Lights are up there, we ring the bell, and once guests wake up, if they want to silence it, they have a button to silence it.
While the race is on to complete the new season's ice hotel for tomorrow's opening, at the permanent hotel on site, 365, guests still get to experience a chilled stay.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. We have a room booked.
With 20 rooms, this hotel has a permanent structure, but the rooms are still made of snow and ice, giving guests a similar experience to Sister Hotel 29, but meaning they can visit all year round. While Anton shows these guests where they'll be staying, work is continuing at a steady pace at 29. Still resembling a building site, they're going to have to work continually to make it on time. Anton from Guest Services has to explain to all new visitors how to sleep in sub-zero temperatures at Hotel 365.
The inside here is a lot warmer than outside, as you can feel. It's only -5 in here.
Christoph Fizinius, the hotel's general manager, says the creation of Hotel 365 with its permanent infrastructure has allowed guests to experience sleeping in the cold all year round.
Our concept is very much about offering a cold experience at night. That offer our guests this real experience close to the nature, close to more simplicity actually in the sleeping experience. And sometimes they are surprised to be confronted to such a simplicity, but such also the fact of being in a room filled with arts, because that's the real nature of our concept, is to mix hospitality and sleeping experience with art.
Yeah, so this is where you'll be spending the night. And you have your bed up here by the ice stairs. So you need to be a little bit careful because the stairs are made of ice. So this is what your bed here in the ice hotel looks like. And it's a normal bed. The only difference is we have waterproof sheets. Okay. And then we have reindeer pelts.
That's comfortable.
And the reindeer pelts you sleep on top of. So they insulate you from the bed. And those normal bed is -5 here, so the bed is cold.
Okay. When we created the 365, we wanted it to be as much of the feeling of the winter hotel, the ice hotel, as possible. It should be the same, but it's not the same. I mean, this is a permanent structure. It doesn't go change, it doesn't melt, it doesn't go lower during the season, and there's a constant temperature all year.
Some of the art suites, including this one, don't have their own bathroom, so guests who choose to stay here use communal facilities, which can be a bit tricky when you're wrapped up for bed.
This is what the sleeping bag looks like. This is quite long, and the sleeping bag has a central zipper here. So when you're ready for bed, you can zip it all up. Then you get a liner that you put inside of the bag. Well, it's kind of like a pillow casing for a human being. So I recommend you get into the liner first.
Okay.
And when you're in the sleeping bag, you zip everything up like this.
Good.
All right, so now you know everything you need to know to get a comfortable night's sleep here.
Down the hall, creative director Arne is seeing if the guests have checked out of one of the luxury suites. These suites offer guests the best of both worlds. They sleep in an ice room, but have a warm and heated bathroom.
So this is a luxury suite done by Vytautas and Kęstutis from Lithuania. And yes, I think the guests have checked out. You can see that. And here are the champagne glasses. And this champagne glass, it has the character, you know, when you drink out of the river, you drink out of an ice block. It's not casted or molded, it's like the natural Torne River. You just, so it should be rough but elegant. So that's why I made this design of the glass. So you use this once. I mean, if you buy the drink, you buy the glass, and you could have a refill, but then it's going back to nature. So now let's go into the bathroom. So here first we have a door. It leads into a locker. So you have to go into the locker. There's a, oh, they haven't checked out. And so I want to show you another bathroom. Let's hope this one has checked out. Come on.
These art suites change twice a year, but the bathrooms are permanent fixtures and offer guests the chance to get out of the cold.
So this is the locker, because you have to have like a locker where it is with the temperature in between the cold and the warm. So everybody has to go inside before you can open the other door. So of course you got the best of both worlds, you know. You have the cold and you have the warm, and you have the champagne, the ice glass. You could either have it in your suite, or you could be in the warm bathroom. You can even be in the bath with the ice glass and let it melt there, or in the sauna. That's the contrast.
These rooms cost more. They start at over £700 a night. But for those wanting extra comfort, the additional expense might be worth it.
So you could say that the guests who stay in the Ice Hotel 365, they have the best of both worlds, you know, both the cold and the warm.
Back in Finland, and with snow thick on the ground, the hotel is in full Christmas spirit. One of the main reasons families come to Lapland and to the Kakslautinen Arctic Resort this time of year is for their Santa experience, where children get to meet Santa and feed the hotel's reindeers. Maria Lopez from Chile is on her way to the hotel's celebration house, where the Santa experience culminates. She needs to get into character before the guests see her. This is Maria's second season at the resort, and she's in high demand as one of Santa's elves. A guest has booked for a private tour to meet Santa, and it's Maria's job to ensure they receive the full experience.
all our guests love fantasy and happiness in all this Santa's visit activity. I need to do this really nice so they can feel the magic around.
So this makeup needs a lot of preparation, and also for sure kids love the makeup and the fantasies. It's just nice. I really like it because they feel so happy when they saw me with the beautiful faces.
When I was a little girl, my dream was see the northern lights.
That's why my fairy tale name is Aurora.
It takes time transitioning into character, but for Maria, it's all worth it.
The best part of my job is see the beautiful face of the little kids when they hug me or when they saw Santa. I need to prepare everything in Celebration House because when we finish the Santa's visit, our guests will be frozen because outside is so cold. So I need to make nice displays. I need to be fast. I don't have so much time to do this.
Maria has just found out that the guests are waiting in reception. They've paid over £500 for this private experience and shouldn't be kept waiting.
Okay, I'm preparing my basket to feed the reindeers. Now I can go with my full basket. I need to wear my gloves because outside is cold. So now I'm ready to the action. Candles light. Everything is fine? Yes.
Meanwhile, General Manager Jyoti has left the East Village and is on her way to check out the hotel's most famous accommodation, the Kalo Glass Igloo.
We are now going to our West Village, which is 4 kilometers away. And I'm going to show you our Kalo Glass Igloo premium accommodation.
December is one of the hotel's busiest periods. It's important that every room is up to standard.
This is how our regular day is. Since I manage both the areas, east to west, we often drive back and forth. It takes about 7 minutes for me to get to West Village, 4 kilometers, but then again, we have no traffic like we do in other parts of the world. So 2 kilometers on the road and 2 kilometers into the forest, we are already there. At this time of the year, we get more or less just 2 hours of daylight from the time when we started viewing our glass igloo to now. You can already see it's getting dark, and this is the best time of the day when you get your pictures. It's beautiful, nice blue color pictures you get.
The Kalo Glass Igloo is most popular for families or groups wanting the comforts of a log cabin, but the experience of sleeping in an igloo.
Here we have a king-size bed in the Kalo. We have a couple of beds in the glass igloo, as you can see here.
We want to people see the northern lights in one place and in bed. And then we building the glass igloo like here. Here is 2 beds, motoric beds, moving beds. And the glass is thermoglass, the glass heating all igloo and also the glass heating outside the glass.
It's what's in the bathroom that surprises most guests who stay here.
Most of our guests are really surprised to see the sauna. All the family can comfortably stay together and do sauna in the evenings. The Kalo Glass Igloo is more comfortable for families.
The hotel's insistence of having a sauna in every accommodation is culturally significant for its owner, Jussi.
Sauna is in Finnish culture, sauna is holy place for us. Example, my grandmama and papa are born in sauna. And also when people die, we bring before that's in sauna and cleaning body, and after that is ceremony. We want to show and bring our culture for everybody in the world.
Back Back in Sweden, Anton is keen to see how the guests he checked in last night got on sleeping in the -5-degree temperatures at Hotel 365.
Wake up with the phone, so they get a little bit surprised that they cannot take their phone out with them and use that to wake them up. But as the rooms are -5, the phone is just, it's gonna stop functioning basically. So instead we wake them up with the hot lingonberry juice and make sure they had survived the night. So my back here I have our lingon juice dispenser, and it's a big backpack full of hot lingonberry juice, and we use it to wake up all the guests in the hotel. And it's made from a local berry called lingonberry.
The story behind it, and because we love stories here, when the Swedish army were the first one to sleep in an igloo, a form of igloo, and our founder in the morning woke them up with the lingonberry juice. And from that moment, we kept this tradition to wake our guests with the lingonberry juice.
While Anton makes his way to the hotel, things are already busy with the turnaround service.
Housekeeping.
During the day, the hotel becomes an art gallery for day guests who visit just to see the art suites. It's Jenny's job to ensure that she cleans the room quickly after the night guests have checked out.
Today I'm cleaning. We go into the rooms and take away the sleeping bags, and we fix the rooms, because after 10 o'clock the hotel turns into a museum. So day visitors and the guests that are staying here in the hotel comes over and have a look around to all these beautiful rooms we have here, the art and everything. So the difference between cleaning a regular hotel room and ice hotel rooms is that if someone, for example, is having a drink and they spill it on the ground, then we need to use one of these ones to dig it up. So you get quite strong about working at this hotel.
Cleaning this hotel room is unlike any other in the world.
We use this little brush to clean up the beds too, because as you can see, the whole room is covered with snow, so sometimes it falls down on the bed, so it's good just to make sure that there's nothing on the bed. I slept in the hotel at least 6 or 7 times. I forgot the counting. And I can't tell people that you will survive a night in here if I haven't done it too. So I think it's very important. Now we're done with this room. So I'm just gonna put my stuff back here.
It's early, and in the Dreamscape room, Anton is about to wake up the guests. At most hotels, guests wake up whenever they want, but things are done a little differently here.
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, good morning. This is the wake-up call. Would you like some hot lingonberry juice? All right. Do you sleep well out here in the cold?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah? Well, that's good to hear. You survived the night?
Yeah, obviously.
It's an experience by itself. Once you have done it, that's enough. But it's so special, so fantastic that you remember it forever.
Oh, they are a little bit cumbersome to get out of the sleeping bags, but did they keep you warm all night?
Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear. And well, I hope you have a lovely day.
Thank you very much. What time is it?
It's 8 o'clock now.
Okay, good. Thank you. Did you sleep well?
Yeah, good.
Me too. That was a good night.
For guests wanting to experience more than just what it's like to sleep on a bed made of ice, the hotel has several activities on offer. For those who dare brave the -25-degree weather, the hotel puts on a skidoo excursion that takes guests out onto the frozen River Torn.
So welcome to the ice sculpturing of today.
These guests are learning more about what you can do with an ice block in today's ice sculpting class.
you can have a real deepening into the lifestyle of the Arctic environment. And it's about the weather, the climate, the ice, the snow that we are surrounded with, all the activities that we offer in the winter, but also during the summer. That's the Arctic experience that we want people to enjoy when they come here.
At the Kakslautinen Arctic Resort in Finland, Maria is finally ready to start her Santa experience.
Hello, good morning. Hi, hello, good morning everybody. Hi. Who is coming with me to see Santa today? Hey, hello.
The Jeffreys from the UK have paid over £500 so that they and their son Luke can have a private Santa experience.
So, it's okay for you like this? Or you want more fast? More fast!
He'll get to meet Santa and feed the reindeer.
Yes!
Aurora is one of our favorite elves from Santa's team, and she amuses being with children, being with Santa, and she does a great job.
Yes, we're gonna go, but we're gonna go together, yes? Because we are really good friends. Hello, Santa, good morning. He's my new best friend in this world. He's so nice and sweet boy.
Oh.
Oh.
Can we give Santa a hug? Give him a hug.
The experience has its challenges, but it's Maria's job to ensure that the children enjoy themselves.
Follow my instruction. Don't worry, don't feel scared. Yeah. Yeah, he looks.
They also walk to the celebration house and have their gingerbread cookies, have a break, and that is where they end it. So this is the most attraction for our guests to visit us.
Dad, please, welcome. Mrs. Claus baked this delicious biscuit to share with you now.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice, isn't it, Brad?
With this heart shape.
Yes.
Maria may have finished her tour for the day, but over in the Sami village, the hotel's preparing for one of their most popular attractions, the reindeer safari. The safari's run by the indigenous Sami people. They work with the hotel to provide authentic experiences for guests.
Our Sami guides offer this activity. They come over, meet the guest. Once they arrive to the farm, they introduce the reindeers and they explain how the activity works.
And here we have Jarkko. Say hello, everybody.
Everybody sit in the sledges and off they go into the forest. Feels like you can experience in olden days how these reindeer herders were using reindeer sledges as their main transportation.
Are you comfortable? Yeah? Let's go.
With the sleigh ride underway, Karina Arstad has to race to set up the teepee, so everything's prepared before the guests arrive. She only has 15 minutes, and the vastness of the hotel's grounds means she has to get there the quickest way she can.
This is a very nice experience for our guests to learn about culture, about Sami culture. They stop halfway through in a little teepee with open fire and do a small coffee break. They also share their culture and they explain about how Sami people were living in the past and how they are settled down now. Now they are not nomading any longer.
With the sleigh ride complete, the guests get to learn more about the Finnish Sami culture in the warmth of the teepee.
So, welcome everybody to our Lavo in the woods. And now we are going to talk a little bit about Sami culture. So we are representing the Sami people, indigenous for Lapland, northern part of the world. We are approximately, it's really great because it also helps us to keep our culture intact. And also because we are proud of our lifestyle and our culture. No, only like this. Is this George? It's really good at this resort office, that kind of activities, because of the, showing people around the world how our lifestyle was before.
Back in Sweden, and with just a couple of hours left until the Ice Hotel 29's official opening, father and daughter Jonathan and Marnie Green from London have finally finished their room.
We feel exhausted and elated. I think it's been an incredible journey, really, and a lot happened in the last 48 hours to get us to where we are now.
Yeah, no energy left.
No, it's really, we feel really quite exhausted.
It's been absolutely amazing. Like it was really liberating to me to work with such a different material, and as I'm only 19, it's really exciting to get to try different things, and I'm still just starting out experimenting, and it's a good place to be, and having this at my disposal is amazing.
Having been here and experienced this and completed the project, I would say this is without doubt one of the most unique hotels in the world.
Jonathan and Marnie may have finished their room, but it's still a race against time if the hotel is to make its deadline of opening at 6 this evening.
I think everything is quite good. I mean, I think we managed to pull it off. Every room is done. There might be some small adjustments in some of the rooms, so I'm happy about it. Hope there's a lot of people today, so they will see what we have done. I think it's good. We pulled it off. We're a great team, and we're used to this.
Excitement outside is building, and the hotel is finally ready.
To stand here today is amazing to see that it's all functioning up there. The rooms are ready, and we can go inside and see the beauty. And I won't describe the art inside. When you come there, you have to see yourself and look around and experience the different rooms. Thank you very much. Welcome.
This is the first time that anyone, including the artists, have seen the finished hotel.
We're going tomorrow morning.
It's been hard work, and the slow winter hasn't helped, but they've made it, and the Ice Hotel is officially open for business. This part of the world offers visitors a truly authentic holiday. Extreme weather and dark, cold winters may provide unique challenges.
Welcome to the fridge in the north of Sweden.
But for those looking for a holiday unlike any other, it also offers something very different.
Together we're gonna go to meet Santa! Woohoo!
And the concept of building a hotel out of ice, which becomes an art exhibition by day and is rebuilt every year, means that the interest in this hotel will continue year in, year out.
We're never bored with the Ice Hotel. It's always new, it's always exciting, and it's always beautiful.
And in Finland, the wilderness location of this hotel has enticed guests who are looking for a remote experience to truly get back to nature.
When all the way they come to Arctic circles, they have this opportunity to walk, and nature is so pure.
What both hotels do successfully is use the extreme conditions to their advantage, providing guests with an experience unlike many others in the world. Across the globe, there are places which aspire to provide the most exclusive of holiday experiences. Luxurious.
What I am doing is the best you can get in the moment.
Adventurous.
Oh my God, lions! Oh my goodness!
And sometimes quirky.
He is one of the most famous guests, and he has a fan club. He has an Instagram of over 10,000 followers.
But what challenges do these hotels face, and how do they strive to be a top destination?
Anybody could have bricks and mortar in the right location, but in order to stay relevant, I do think it's important to innovate.
With exclusive access, we go behind the scenes.
All right, now let me take you to one of our specialty suites.
Following the staff who work around the clock.
Guys, we need to be fast, yeah? The guest is waiting.
To deliver to their guests whatever it takes to impress.
When you go from one room to the other, you go into another piece of art.
Notice the view is like no other in the world.
All our guests love fantasy and happiness.
We take care of every guest and make them feel like kings.
From Asia to Arizona, Kenya to the Caribbean, Dubai to India. Step behind the scenes of some of the world's most incredible hotels. In the scorching heat of the United Arab Emirates, 2 hotels rise from the desert. In Abu Dhabi, a hotel situated in the middle of the largest sand desert in the world. But how does it sustain its 5-star rating when it's 2 hours away from the city?
You get to understand the culture of this place, the beauty of this place, the guest that comes. You have everything that you want in the same place.
And in Dubai is a hotel striving to meet the needs of those looking for thrilling adventure, whilst aiming to provide a luxurious place to stay for its prestigious guests.
Every day feels like an achievement. Every day is different, but you get still a good sense of achievement knowing that people have come through your gates and they've left through your gates happy as well.
Approximately 200 kilometers from the bustling city of Abu Dhabi is the Anantara Qasr Al Sarab. Isolated in the middle of the Rub Al Khali Desert, or Empty Quarter.
Empty Quarter is the largest uninterrupted desert that extends from Oman, UAE. The largest part is in Saudi Arabia and some of it is in Yemen. We discovered that it's rich, one of the richest deserts with minerals, water, oil, and all kinds of things that used to be here because this was an ocean before.
To get to the 206-room hotel, guests have to travel for almost 2 hours from the airport. So what is the appeal?
Guests choose to come to this location because they want to disconnect from the buzz of the cities.
The hotel's general manager, Wal Suid, has been working to provide guests with a unique experience since 2011.
When they come to the hotel, they expect, to see the luxury and the combination between luxury and tradition. We combine both between luxury service, traditional Bedouin experience, and the cultural knowledge that they will get over here, and they will disconnect from the world, and that's what we try to achieve when they are here.
The owners believe guests staying at the hotel come here for the peace and tranquility that being in the middle of the desert offers. And this remoteness has certainly attracted some VIP guests through its doors.
We do have lots of high-end guests. They can come here and then know that nobody will bother them, no paparazzis, and then they can enjoy their time. Lots of, some of them come here to write their books or to finish their work, in a quiet environment where they can have inspiration, let's say.
The hotel is spread across 6 kilometres. So the best way to get around quickly and away from the scorching heat is by golf buggy. The hotel has one main pool.
Here we have one of the top 10 pools with a beautiful view in the world. It has voted in 2015 one of the best pools with a beautiful view.
But for those looking for complete privacy, VIPs can book to stay in the Royal Pavilion, a hotel within the hotel, where guests are provided with extra private facilities.
The Royal Pavilion has its own helipad, so if somebody books the Royal Pavilion and have it coming by helicopter, they can just land next to the Royal Pavilion immediately. So this is the Royal Pavilion entrance. It's called the Royal Falcon Villas.
Guests who pay over £1,200 to stay here benefit from their own spa, personal pools, and even their own restaurant.
It's an upper-level service that we give to all our guests that uses the Royal Pavilion.
But for those wanting luxury without the price tag, guests can stay in one of the 42 villas. They start much lower, in the hundreds of pounds, and have unspoilt views over the desert. Although the hotel has developed a reputation for being a place to relax and unwind, some guests choose to make the most of its desert location. Amro Abu Afra is the Activities and Recreation Manager.
It's a little bit linked for the cultures of Emirates, as camel ride or arch. It's a hunting, horse riding, dune bashing, desert hike, and it's adventure every day. All of these activities, it's linked to the culture.
One of the most popular experiences on offer maximizes the desert location.
We call it dune bashing because we are kind of smashing the dunes, but we do it on the safe way. We climb up and down. We reach almost 150 meters in some areas, and we have to go on the big drop. There are some skills you need to learn it before you start off-road, how to read the dunes, because the colors of the sand, it has a meaning. You cannot just drive anywhere. The red one, the dark sand, it's a sand mixed with the oxide iron, and the sand, it's hard, easy to walk, easy to drive on it. Usually we try to avoid the white one. The white one, it's mixed with the salt, and it's like a powder. It's easy to get stuck, and where you need to push the car more to go out. So we try always to avoid it. Here you need to learn how to see it and to read it, so you can know where to drive.
Just because the hotel is in the middle of the desert doesn't mean that the weather is easy to predict.
The landscape as a dunes, it's created because of the wind. And most of the time, the strong wind coming from north to south and make the dunes on nice shape, smooth, where you can drive and climb it. But from time to time, when the wind comes from opposite side, it's make the edge of the dune like sharp, which is not easy to climb it. So we need to be careful while we are driving in that situation to not get stuck.
Amro has been taking guests out on this experience for the last 7 years. It's taken quite some time to hone the skills to perfect it.
During my drive on off-road, I got stuck many times. Every time when you get stuck, you learn more things and you will gain more experience. And you learn how to be patient, actually, because sometimes when you get stuck, you will stuck for like 45 minutes to 1 hour. And you need to be patient.
It is a unique experience because you won't find a desert like what we have over here. The empty quarter is a completely different desert with different views, and that's by itself, it's an experience.
The largest and most popular city in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai. Over the last decade, Dubai has had a tourism boom and is considered one of the most luxurious places to holiday. As the first resort to open its doors on Dubai's revolutionary man-made island, the Palm, the Atlantis has remained an iconic hotel on Dubai's landscape since 2008. Costing over £1 billion and towering over 20 stories high, the hotel has over 1,500 rooms, 23 restaurants, and one of the largest aquariums in the world. And also a water park, Aquaventure. Everything about it is on a big scale. So how does a hotel this size maintain a personal service to cater for each guest's needs?
How are you?
Richie Plaza is the hotel's chief concierge.
From Brazil! The job of a concierge of Atlantis is basically functioning as guest services. So those restaurant reservations, itinerary bookings, what are the things that you need to do while in Atlantis, while in Dubai in general. Very busy, but we'll make sure that the level of service remains consistent.
It's Richie's job to ensure that the guests who stay here feel like they have his dedicated attention.
We are a luxury property and we have a set standards in place to make sure complete guest satisfaction. We never say no to you. We always give you options to make sure that your requests are fulfilled in a timely and efficient manner.
Timothy Kelly is the General Manager and Senior Vice President of Operations.
They're there to provide a very personalized and special service to the guests. And it's about identifying with what their needs are as a customer, what their expectations are as a customer.
Celebrity. Our motto is in service through friendship, so we serve guests through friendship, and the guests will really, really appreciate it. I create the experiences. I'll make sure that when they leave this country, they will not forget Atlantis and, of course, the concierge that has helped them make that amazing experiences and everlasting memories.
Richie is responsible for trying to meet the demands of his guests, whatever they might be.
Hello? Yes, it's me, Richie. How are you? Okay.
Today, a guest has asked Richie to organise a special birthday celebration at the hotel's most popular underwater restaurant, Oceano. They want the hotel's scuba divers to hold up a happy birthday sign in the restaurant's aquarium tonight during their dinner.
They have to very quickly think on their feet of all the different options that they have available to them that might meet the needs of the guest and share those options with them. And you never can come with just one option. You always have to have option B, option C, option D.
7:30, perfect. Okay, that's fine, we can do that. I'm just gonna go and arrange this dive stand holding for a guest in Oceano tonight. So I'll meet Bader, the manager of the restaurant, and then Oliver, the dive manager. Let's make it happen.
It will be Richie's responsibility to coordinate the event, but can he pull it off with such short notice? Meanwhile, over in the hotel's on-site water park, morning training is underway before it opens. It's up to Maurice Kamau as assistant manager to make sure that his lifeguards pass the daily tests.
Today's topic is a prereqs. We are going to have our 200 swim at water tread, and then we are going to head to leap of faith, catch pull, and picking up the 10-pound brick. Are we ready for this? Yes. All right, let's head down to the aqua beach. Okay. Thank you so much.
The water park gets around 3,000 visitors every day, so routines like this are vital.
All right, guys, let's do this.
Every morning, each lifeguard is put through their paces out in the ocean. Safety is key when you're looking after so many people. No one is allowed an off day.
Is the team ready? It is 2 minutes water tread, hands up. And we are going to start now.
When you have a water park and you have hundreds of lifeguards and attendants that are at play, and you have thousands of people in the park on a daily basis, you've got to make sure that all the safety guidelines are in place.
And we are done. Let's come out, please.
They may have finished this part of the training, but it's not quite over yet.
The plan now is we are making our way to the lip of faith catch pool. This is where we are going to do a 3-meter underwater swim that is 10 yards. And then we are going to pick a 10-pound break. The reason why we are doing this is to make sure our team is always ready to submerge and retrieve any guest who is underwater.
They have to be trained, and we have to make sure that they're in the right place at the right time.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, Scott. Beautiful, thank you.
As lifeguard training ends, Bevan Alexander, water park operations and beach manager, is inspecting the park's slides.
The most important thing is when we do start our days, we need to make sure we inspect all the slides that's located within Aquaventure. The main reason for that is that we need to make sure whichever slides we are looking at is not only safe for ourselves, but also safe for our guests to use during the course of the day. So safety is our #1 factor within the park. We make sure that, you know, if we have 3,000 guests coming through our gates, we've got 3,000 guests leaving our park. And not only leaving our park, but also leaving our park excited and happy that they've enjoyed themselves through the day.
With over 20 slides in the park, it's a big job.
So basically what I'm doing is I'm checking all the grids, that the grids are intact and that it's not loose. I'm also having a look at the joints of the slide as well as the rope that we have just above us over here to make sure that all of that is secured. And then just the surface area to make sure there's no cracks or anything visible that we cannot operate the slide.
The water park is on 46 hectares and guests of the hotel can use it for free. But it's also open to the public who come in and take advantage of the many pools, slides, rapids and rides.
The most important thing is when you're walking around the park during the day, you know, it's just to see that enjoyment on people's faces after they've completed a slide. You know, that to me excites me the most because I know that they're having a good day. I know that, you know, they absolutely enjoy the rides we have on offer for them.
The water park is one of the reasons some guests choose to come here with their families.
Okay, so our slides are good to go. It's safe for our guests to use.
Back in Abu Dhabi, the hotel's location in the middle of a desert may offer a relaxing stay, but behind the scenes it also provides one major challenge: sand. Douglas DeMello is the executive housekeeper and is responsible for ensuring that it doesn't adversely affect the luxury experience guests pay for.
It's actually quite difficult to clear all the sands around the property. So what actually do? We have different methods of cleaning. We use a Karcher machine, which is a sweeper machine, and a bulldozer, which take huge chunks of sands from point A to point B.
Keeping the sand at bay requires a lot of effort from Douglas and the team.
This is the massive machine where you call the bulldozer, and it will be all the time in the desert. So it covers 12 kilometers, and from the entrance of Qasr Al Sarab, Anantara, to the main point where you enter the Anantara Qasr Al Sarab. So every single day, these guys will be handling these machines, the bulldozer, to clean 12 kilometers of the roads.
It's a big job and one that's keeping things busy at the hotel today.
We also have manual sweepers where 2 of our team members will be all around sweeping all the sands around the property.
The sand is very fine, so it goes everywhere. Everybody goes into a cleaning mode.
The surrounding dunes also provide problems for the operations team, whose job it is to ensure that the hotel's 5-star facilities aren't affected by the sand. Upali Baragay is the hotel's chief engineer and in charge of the operation.
Behind me you can see this one of the beauty of Qasr, this larger pool in Qasr, 1.2 million litre capacity pool, altogether 53 total number of pools we have in Qasr. We are having some challenges by desert because it's next to desert, and during sandstorm we have quite challenges. Need to vacuum this very often.
Maintaining the pools is one thing, but where does the water come from when you're isolated amongst the sand dunes of the Arabian desert?
There's two kinds of water that comes to the hotel. One is the potable water that we use in the hotel for showers and everything that comes from Abu Dhabi. There's a pipeline that takes us to 230 kilometers that comes here. And then we have the recycled water to irrigate all the greeneries of the hotel. So we have, a green program where we use all the water to make sure that the green is served.
It's below the stunning landscape where Upali and his team ensure that the water supply is maintained throughout the hotel.
Let's go about to our cooling systems, air conditioning for hotel guest rooms and Hotel Central. This is our chill water circuits covering our entire north, south, the guest rooms, 154 rooms. Then we have massive pumps, chill water circulating around property. It's covering north and south rooms.
Water is a valuable commodity here, and the hotel ensures that it's used wisely.
All the water is coming back to our recycling water plants, whatever we usage. Then plus fresh water we are using for irrigation, almost 1.3 million litre per day. Then from here we are pumping to the water in different locations, in different sections, covering this entire property.
We do a lot for the environment in terms of the green. We have from water reduction in the room where we use special material just to make sure that the water doesn't go. We recycle the water, we recycle the food. So we work with the Environment Agency of Abu Dhabi. We have a program with them that we continue on doing everything for the environment.
Back in Dubai, it's shaping up to be another busy day at the Atlantis. With the water park open, management are hoping that guests make the most of the range of hotel facilities. Alice Brown, the housekeeping impression manager, looks after a team of cleaners who maintain the rooms and suites.
Detail is very important. It's a very busy operation for us, and it's every room that check out, the guest is waiting. We need to turn up the room on time. We have luxury amenities that we use for all our super suite. Those amenities are called Lyric, and they are very beautiful. It's made of gold, kind of. We have a soap that have a cold dust powder on it.
Timothy Kelly oversees the hotel on a day-to-day basis.
When you have 1,539 rooms at the Atlantis, you run an occupancy of about 90% on an annualized basis. Housekeeping is probably one of the most important roles and job functions of the property. In addition to that, it's also one of the most challenging roles, both from a physical perspective and having to take care and process and ensure that all of our rooms are prepared to our standards.
Vinod is part of the house cleaning team and has been working with Alice for 5 years.
Vinod is our super suite staff. Vinod is one of the colleagues who's been here for a very long time. So he's very special. He knows what to do, and they are very important for us because not everybody can do what they do.
Housekeeping. We've been able to grow a lot of our housekeepers out of that role into either leadership roles within the department or division, or they've transferred in other positions into the property. And I think that that's a great success story for us as well.
Vinod, come here, open quickly. Bring that one in. Start. Where's your hand glove?
Today, they're cleaning the Grand Atlantis suite. The guests staying here have paid just over £6,000 per night, and it's Alice's job to ensure that her team clean the room from top to bottom. Alice is a stickler for perfection.
Detail is very important in our job because a big suite like this, there is a lot of kids, family, you know, things are thrown around. So we need to make sure that the next guest coming in shouldn't find somebody's slippers under the bed or things. So our job, yes, detail inspection is really important.
It's a very challenging task in the fact that you have to move at a pretty brisk pace in order to make sure that you're taking care of the number of rooms that you have to handle on a day in and day out basis.
To impress the guests, Housekeeping Impressions Manager Alice oversees the cleaning operations of all the rooms to ensure that they meet her high standards.
Just make sure that you don't press it too much, okay? We don't want it to be crumpled, yeah?
So it's about things where a guest might return to the room and find something where they go, wow, this has been different, it's special. They're thinking more than just taking care of the room, they're thinking more about me. And that's an opportunity for us to make a difference in the guest stay.
So I need you to start doing vacuuming. And we know you start placing the amenities. We need to be fast, the guest is waiting. Yeah, please, let's go. Fast, 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 guys. Bring your vacuum. Set up the amenities. Okay, Pradinas, myself and you, we need to just check the drawers, make sure nothing is left in the room. See the under the bed, make sure nothing is there, and that's it, we move, okay?
With the guests waiting to check into the room, the pressure is on. But keeping them waiting just a short time is worthwhile if everything is perfect.
Yeah, even though we're under pressure, even the guest is wearing, our standard must remain standard. You know, we have to make sure that we stay with our standard, even though we are very, very busy or whatever the situation is. So we're all done with this suite now. So the last thing I'm going to do is to spread the air freshener in the room, then we move to the next suite.
Building started at the Qasr Al Sarab Hotel in Abu Dhabi in 2007 and took 25 months to complete. Over 10,000 people worked on getting it finished 3 months ahead of schedule, opening in November 2009. Today, the hotel is spread across 1.7 kilometres and has over 400 people who work there. But it's not just a workplace for these staff members, it's also home.
We have the mini-mart and the accommodation office, and then we have laundry facilities, the gym, and then we have here daily activities for the posting on every day.
The hotel's remote location means that all staff who work here also live on site. Tasitha Jayarathna is the accommodation manager and responsible for looking after the staff village.
This is the main place. People meet each other, having chat, playing together. So it's kind of it's like binding together.
We provide them with one of the most comfortable housing. We give them all the comfort that they need. We have for them 2 cafeterias, we have a gym, we have a pool, we have all kinds of activities that keep them running and keep them happy.
Tasita and his wife, Swee Yi Min, have been living and working here together for over 3 years.
I came 2015 here, and when I came first time, I feel like, wow, this place is amazing. And then when I enter from the main gate, so I was thinking, oh, maybe this place looks like another planet.
We feel like here is like a big family, and we are always seeing each other and helping each other. And I'm very happy to work here. I feel like it's like my home. Yeah.
The bond is extremely essential because you can't do it alone. You have to have the whole team together. And I'm lucky enough to have a team that has bonded over the years, and we have teams that have started from the day one of the hotel till now. And without them, we cannot do it. We cannot make an incredible hotel. So the whole gratitude is towards the staff that works 24 hours, 365 days, and make sure that every guest leaves with a story out of this place.
In Dubai, one of the biggest attractions of the Atlantis is its aquarium. With over 65,000 inhabitants and 350 different species, it draws in not just hotel guests, but also day visitors. Robert Bennett is the large exhibits manager.
There's a lot that goes into looking after those. So obviously we're feeding them as the priority and looking after any sick animals we might have. And our biggest one actually is keeping the exhibit clean. Our exhibit is it's an open air exhibit. It's all natural seawater, natural sunlight.
It's up to Robert and his team to ensure that all the creatures are well cared for. And with such a large aquarium, it's not an easy task.
We all start at 7 o'clock in the morning. So they go in there with their vacuum hoses and they've got to clean the windows as well. From sort of mid-morning onwards, that's when we're running our guest programs. In between that, we're obviously doing the feeds, of which we do twice a day. So we're preparing anything from 350 to 400 kilos of food a day, depending on the time of the year.
The hotel's policy of trying to exceed guests' expectations means that the pressure on the team is high.
The pressure is to be the best. And working for a company like Atlantis, they take all your excuses away. So we have no reason not to be the best. We have the best facilities in the world. We have the best staff. So it's keeping that high standard. That's where the pressure comes.
You want to make sure that you have everyone trained, that everyone is aware of what their role, their responsibility, their function is, and how do they contribute to that guest experience and what their role is.
As the aquarium is such a popular draw, it's important that there are always new attractions.
So we got some baby carpet sharks here. We're waiting for this one to hatch. It's a zebra shark. We've never actually had one of these born here before, so it's very exciting. So it could be any day now. It could be any minute now. This baby shark is born. So we've got them at sort of different stages. So once they're hatched, then we move them on to the slightly bigger one, and then another slightly bigger tank before they go out onto exhibit.
It's not just the guests who receive 5-star treatment.
All the food we bring in from around the world, it's the best quality food that we can get for our animals. It's the same quality as we would give our guests in the hotel. We've got squid, shrimp, anchovies, milkfish, and mackerel. So they get a good wide variety in their diet.
Feeding the fish has proved to be popular with guests who gather around the tanks to watch the on-site aquarists feed the animals twice a day.
Normally takes about an hour by the time we've got everything fed. Depends on what runs out first, your air or the food. But no, we can make sure we get them all fed. We don't have to feed alone. There's two of us. Two main reasons. One is obviously for safety. And secondly, we have a lot of sharks and stingrays. So for one person just to feed all those stingrays will be very, very difficult. As you will see, it's quite chaotic. So having two there just takes the pressure off a little bit.
For Robert, this is one of the most fun parts of his job.
What we try to do is we try to obviously leverage what is our differentiating factor. And for us, that's Atlantis, and it's the underworld. And so what you see kind of the theming throughout the property in many ways, in the public space, as well as in these areas, is everything is really kind of predicated and surrounded by water and the sea.
Back in Abu Dhabi, the 40-degree heat is providing guests with a beautiful sunset. The hotel's position 200 kilometers away from the hustle and bustle of Abu Dhabi means that some guests who stay at the Qasr Al Sarab spend all their time within the confines of the hotel and its grounds. Others choose to climb the dunes that surround the hotel to watch the sunset, or make the most of their Arabian location by opting for a horse or camel trek.
We are in the stables in the valley of the Qasr Al Sarab, where we have our camels, and then most of the animals are in this area. So now this is the desert stable that we have implemented 7 years ago. You see the desert in a different way. It's part of the whole Arabian experience, you know. Lots of people look at Lawrence of Arabia and then they think this is the place where we're gonna be Lawrence of Arabia and ride a horse. That's why it's very important for us to have them.
It was Well who implemented the stables as part of the guest activity experience at the hotel. He felt it was integral to the overall cultural experience that guests receive when they visit.
Most of the Arab people, they used to have camels and horses, and the horses were for the luxury of the Arabs' leaders. And they represent pride, they represent honesty, they represent everything that it is more of a cultural pride that we have. We own a horse. And for them, when they bring people here and show them their horses, it's like you show me Rolls Royce. This is my horse and this is the Rolls Royce.
A small group of guests have booked a sunset trek this evening, and Activities and Recreational Manager Amro is on his way to meet them at the stables.
The camel ride, we do it as a riding with the camel for 45 to 50 minutes, and we climb the dunes. We reach almost like 180 meters to the top of the dunes, and where they can watch the sunset or the sunrise. At the same time, there's a guide going out with them, giving them some information about the landscape, the culture, how the people they used to travel on the desert using the camels, and why they choose the camels, not the horses. So there's a meaning of it.
While Amro gets them ready, back at the hotel, the restaurant staff are getting prepared for their most popular dining experience, a private sunset picnic on the dunes that a guest has booked for this evening. The sun sets quickly here, so time is of the essence if these guests are going to make the most of their sunset trek.
Travelers of these days wants to be, in a place where they get connect with nature, connect with each other, and then lose all this technology way far away from them, and then be, connected with what they do in general, being with their families or just to really relax, and that's what we do.
Back at the hotel, the guests who've booked tonight's private picnic by the dunes have arrived. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to serve one of the hotel's specialty cocktails. In Dubai, it's another busy evening at the Atlantis. Being on its own island means that guests often choose to stay and dine at one of the 24 restaurants on site. There's a wide variety of cuisines on offer, including a Chinese restaurant and an Italian restaurant by Michelin chef Giorgio Locatelli. But it's at underwater restaurant Oceano where guests can get a very different dining experience.
What makes Oceano special is you're sitting almost 30 feet below the water line, watching the fish, viewing the fish, and having really an upscale restaurant experience with fresh cuisine.
Chief concierge Richie has informed the restaurant general manager, Badr Benrian, about the request from his VIP guest.
How are you? Good afternoon. How are you?
Right.
Hi, chef.
Badr is briefing his team ahead of the busy dinner service.
Very busy night. We have a few guests on the waiting list as well. We have a top VIP coming in today. It's a last-minute booking, a very important birthday celebration. You're going to be seated on table 2. The diver will come at the same time as the oyster, around 8:30 p.m. And at that time, Rocio, please, I would like some champagne glasses at the table. All right? What is our #1 objective? Yes. Excellent, guys. Thank you very much. Let's rock and roll. Our guests have very high expectations. We get guests who are celebrities, royalties, high net worth individuals, and they expect the best. And our standards is to go above and beyond their expectations and really blow them away.
The guest's VIP dinner is important, but it's also up to sous chef Craig Rode to make sure that every diner is made to feel special.
On average, we do anything between 65 and 75 guests a day. We don't do much more than that because we tailor to unique experiences. So our aim is to make sure when we serve a guest, it's probably something they'll remember, something memorable, something that they can hold on to or cherish whenever they leave here. So our key focus is to work with great products and also to satisfy the guests and to make sure they are extremely happy when they leave our restaurant.
Memorable moments are exactly what this restaurant is all about.
Chef!
Hey, what's up?
So what's the plan for tonight?
So the idea is to serve the croque monsieur on the clocks tonight.
It's about not only being able to offer ideas, but then it's also being able to execute upon those ideas and then following through to make sure then that you've taken this special moment and that it has actually been delivered as a special moment. I think the delivery process is the everything because that's when the customer will then reflect back with such positive memories and positive thoughts about the property and the experience.
This will be something for them to go back on nostalgia, something for them to remember by. Whenever they can come back, they know what we did for them to remember the special birthday they're gonna have tonight.
Awesome, this looks great.
No problem.
All right.
Cool, see you later, cheers.
We help our guests celebrate the most important moments in their lives. So we have on average 2 to 3 proposals a week, birthday dinners like the one we have tonight. So it really means a lot to the guests coming and having dinner in this restaurant, and we take it very seriously. People from all over the world have an emotional attachment with Oceano. Some have got married here, some celebrated their birthdays, and in style, and we really connect with our guests on a personal and emotional level.
Tonight is especially busy in the restaurant, and Richie's guests have arrived for the birthday meal. He is totally unaware that his wife has organised a special birthday celebration. And whilst they dine, the hotel's on-site scuba divers are preparing for a big birthday surprise.
So we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Good enough never is. So we're always out there trying to outdo ourselves. We want to break new records, reach new heights. And it's, we've just never satisfied, and that's what pushes us to do greater things.
Richie and the restaurant team have done it. The birthday surprise was a success, and the guests are happy.
It's not always, to me, about price, it's about experiences. People come to Atlantis because they want an experience that's unique.
Abu Dhabi and Dubai are the 2 most popular cities in the United Arab Emirates. The scorching year-round temperatures and extraordinary architecture attract millions of people every year. In Abu Dhabi, the Anantara Qasr Al Sarab's location, in the middle of the empty quarter desert, provides guests with a tranquil oasis far away from the city.
When you leave the hotel and take the experience that you gained from being here and learned about the culture, about the desert, and disconnected from the world again, that has a big price these days.
In contrast, those who stay at the Atlantis in Dubai can expect a hotel of magnificent proportions. Guests can not only enjoy its own aquarium and water park, they also expect a personal one-on-one service that makes this hotel one of the most iconic in the world.
You want the guests to have the intent to return. That's the everything. And you don't want them to obviously stay at other properties. So what we want to do is we want to try to find moments and opportunities to make the guest stay special.